What's up, everybody? Cigar Sherpa Laird Mayhew back with another cigar review. Today I've got the Joya de Nicaragua Gran Reserva. Stay tuned.
I can smoke stogies in my house. First of all, because her father introduced me to stogies, and second of all, because I'm a stud. I'm ballsy. I don't take no shit from anyone. I smoke my stogie anywhere I want. I don't have to find a hideout place like you.
All right. Welcome back to another episode here at Cigar Sherpa. I am your host, Laird Mayhew, and like my introduction said, I have got the Joya de Nicaragua, the Antano Gran Reserva, okay? This is another cigar sent in from Joe Cali up in New York. He sent this one along with the Tattoo Eye as kind of like a extra bonus, smoke it. I decided I'd do a review on it, so once again, thanks, Joe. Okay, so this is a pretty popular cigar, number 16 on the 2018 Top 25 for Cigar Aficionado. Again, very prestigious list, so kudos to them. It is a Nicaraguan puro. Okay, what I have here today is a Robusto Grande, so 5.5 by 52 ring gauge. It's got a Nicaraguan Corojo wrapper, Nicaraguan binder, and it's got aged Nicaraguan fillers. 5 years aging. Okay, basically it's kind of a re-release of the flagship brand, the Antano. The Gran Reserva, they just aged it for an additional 5 years. Okay, so it kind of smooths out that flavor, from what I understand. Okay, I've never had this one, but I have had the original, I guess we're going to call it. Okay, so unwrapping this thing. The construction on this thing at first glance is absolutely beautiful. I don't see any seams. I know they're there. Again, it looks like it has been dipped in dark chocolate. It's got a triple cap. It is box pressed. Not sharply box pressed, but not softly either. Somewhere in the middle. Just a good box press. It's very dense. Hold on. Very dense. Very well packed. Got some dark tobaccos in the middle there. Got a kind of a fruity flavor. And cedar. Humidor smell. Very, very dense, earthy, like sweet, earthy, fruity flavor right there on the foot. Okay. Moving right along here. Today's going to be kind of like an old school throwback review because I'm going to start it off here. I'm going to get this thing lit and I'm going to hop in the truck and head up to Selma JR's. It's cigar day. What do you call? I got to restock. It's restocking day. Got to restock the arsenal with some dailies and a few more for the catalog. I'm going to use a guillotine on this today. Beautiful cap, too, by the way. I mean, it's flawless. Flawless. Looks like a machine punched it out. Okay. Let me just got to get that cut better. The flavor, it's got that sweet, woody flavor as the smell. It's got a very good draw. It ain't hardly got any resistance on there, so I'm going to get this thing, it's already cut, I'm going to get it lit, I'm going to get on the road, and I will see you in the first third of the cigar and tell you where it's gone. All right. We are in the first third of this Joya de Nicaragua Antano Gran Reserva, and I've got about 5 minutes into it, couple of puffs on it, and right away, I got a very good cedar, okay, flavor. That was it for the first couple of puffs. It kind of heated up a little bit, developed into like a very smooth pepper, cedar, and slightly earthy. Okay, I won't even go there. And then I'm starting to get a sweetness now. It's almost like a sugar sweetness. Okay. Not too much spice yet. I have a feeling it's kind of creeping up now, but I don't want to comment on it. I just want to go ahead and get into the first third, like into it, and really let this thing develop. It's got aged tobaccos on it, Nicaraguan puro. I kind of know what I'm looking to expect out of it because I've had the Joya de Nicaragua Antano before. I'm just curious what 5 years of aging on the fillers is going to do to it. So far, it is a lot smoother. I believe that pepper, it's got some black pepper, but it's real smooth. That cedar wood, it's real smooth. Everything's just real smooth. All right, so cedar, slight black pepper, little earthiness. That's where we're at right now. I'm going to get on the road And when I get into the first third, maybe at the end of the first third, going into the second third, I'll come back and tell you what I think about it. All right. Welcome back. I am through the first third, or right at the end of the first third, and I'm gonna tell you, I'm driving, and normally I don't let ashes get too long, because I don't want it to get all up in my interior. But that thing was holding on so thick, it's burning so good. I could probably leave it on there halfway through the cigar, but like I said, I don't want to get it in my car, so I'm gonna go ahead and tip it on out. Ooh, look at it. It don't even. I wish I could move my. It did not want to come off. It was just hugging that center, most likely Ligero leaf, which is why it's got that little point right there. Okay, so I don't want to beat around the bush here. This cigar has developed. Okay, it is. It's got a cinnamon, sugary, cedary, almost slight chocolate flavor to it. Okay, it's like a graham cracker. Okay, I don't really use that term a lot in cigars, but when you get that chocolatey and that cinnamon baking spice and you mix it together, it's kind of hard not to come up with like a graham cracker-esque flavor. Okay, it's still got that cedar on the retrohale. The pepper is more red pepper. Okay, the black pepper is kind of muted. But when I say all that, I'm gonna go with a ... diet light. Okay, all those flavors are muted in my opinion. They're there, but they're there in the sense of like a diet soft drink. Okay, so that's probably has to do with the aging on the tobacco. And I argue about this all the time. People are like, "Oh, age the cigar, aged. Oh, I'm gonna let it sit in my humidor for a couple of years." And there's two sides to that argument, in my opinion. Okay, one is like you have decided that you are the cigar expert, and that, say, Jamie Garcia or AJ Fernandez or Rocky Patel, Rafael Nadal, like they came up with this beautiful creation and they aged it and they fermented the wrappers and they wrapped it up and they sent it to you. I'm not going to try to beat those men at their own job. When they send me a cigar, it's ready to smoke. Okay? Maybe it needs a little time in the humidor if it's been shipped. Okay? But for the most part nowadays, everything coming with Bovita, the day after I get those cigars, I'm smoking them. So anyway, the other side to aging would be you can actually age the flavor out of a cigar. Okay? So, if you like things more muted and you like your flavors a little bit more, downplayed and smooth, then definitely aging a cigar is going to do that, because you're going to age the flavor out. And you leave it in there, 20 years, you're going to come back and it probably ain't going to have no flavor left at all. That would be my guess, because I've never aged a cigar that long. But that's what I'm getting here. Okay, it's very similar to the non-Gran Reserve Joya de Nicaragua Antano. It's a very smooth version. So I would say almost, just as it's the first third, and it's ramping up a little bit in those last couple of puffs I took, but it's almost like it's beginner safe. Okay, it's a full medium to full bodied cigar. It's got a lot of complexity to it. Beginner safe. Okay, the strength so far, medium strength. And like I said, it's got those good boutique flavors, that good cinnamon. It's got chocolate. It's got a little brown sugar. It's got that cedar. Got a little pepper zing to it. More of a red pepper than what I'm used to. But they're all like diet. Okay, so I'm gonna keep smoking this thing, and I'm gonna get on up north and come back and tell you when I'm at the end of the second third. All right. Little mid-stick review in motion here. And the reason why I'm not even going to stop, and it might be a little bit shaky, is because I am in the I'm about halfway into the second third, and the flavors really haven't developed much past the last segment. So they still got that cinnamon, okay? They still have that cedar, still got that brown sugar. So what I'm going to say is graham crackery. The smoke is a little thin, and the finish is dry. The finish leaves like a cedary wood on the palate. Okay, again, I'm gonna call it a diet cigar. The flavors are they're very obvious, but they're very muted. Okay, again, probably from the aging. So I'm gonna get into the final third of the cigar, and I'm gonna stop and I'm gonna give you a little bit more. Stay tuned. all right. Final third and last part of this cigar. I'm about to go ahead and just let it fizzle on out. But man, so in any review, you have to always kind of try to get a grasp on the reviewer's bias. Okay, so obviously I have a bias towards full flavored, full strength cigars, or medium strength, medium to full strength, but full flavored, bold, robust flavors. So that will kind of get in the way and taint my review. I mean, it's just how it is. Construction on this cigar was absolutely beautiful. I think this is only the third ash. It's hanging on, and when I did tip them off, I really had to tip them off. They were really hanging on. I think that I could probably still have, about 4.5 inches of ash on this cigar had I not been driving. But anyway, the flavors, they are very consistent, okay? As soon as the cigar gets about halfway through the first third and it picks up that cinnamon spice and that red pepper and kind of that sugary sweetness, it kind of stays through the whole thing. It's very muted. Like I said, it's kind of like a diet, okay? Probably from the aging process of the filler tobaccos. But overall, very good flavors. Let me think here. There was nothing else really. It had that cinnamon. I mean, you had that cedar that was on the finish that stayed the whole way. So there's no spice on the finish, and there's no pepper on the finish until the last third. Last third, you start getting that black pepper kind of comes back or appears. Stays on the finish. Good cigar. Very smooth. Very muted. Spicy, medium to full-bodied cigar, medium strength. And I could probably keep smoking this cigar another 10 minutes, and I'm just at an hour into a 5.5-inch cigar. So I'm going to go ahead and say this is a good cigar it's beginner safe. Okay, so if you're really not sure about full-strength cigars or these full-flavored and robust, spicy, peppery, cedary flavors, this is a good cigar to kind of wade into the waters on because of the age on the cigar, and it's very mellow. Okay, Daily Arsenal cigar, it's kind of expensive. It was $11 Robusto, so you be the judge of that. It's not going to fit into my daily Arsenal because it is like it's not mild. The flavors are like that diet. Okay, so they're there, and I smoked this cigar pretty quick. Normally I draw easy on it, but because the flavors were muted, I kept wanting to get like that satisfaction of that good cinnamon or that good pepper. There's a little leathery note in there towards the end, but definitely recommend you try this cigar. And again, thanks to Joe Cali in New York for sending this in. I'm trying to think, is there anything that I did not mention on this cigar? I don't think so. I think I've got everything covered. So, Cigar Sherpa Laird Mayhew reminding you to always carry a big, sharp knife. You never know when someone's going to break out the cheesecake. And I'm out.